And when you look at, like, this stage of the season, you talked previously about how important it is to treat every game like an audition, sort of like this is being in the best league in the world. So I guess what's that message and how are you kind of portraying that and showing that to the other players on your team that, no matter what, it is, an opportunity to showcase what you're capable of doing?
I mean, I feel like that for me it is just leading by an example. My routine hasn't changed from the beginning of the season till now, and I feel like a lot of the younger girls, they see it and they notice what I do. And, like I said, I just try to be a leader to everybody and just, keep everybody positive and moving forward, because at the end of the day, this is still a business. So whether we win or lose, like, we still have to go out there and perform and do our job.
NaLyssa, you talked about, you like knew what to expect, but maybe some of your teammates didn't because they are rookies. So how important do you think it is to have sort of like that experience where you're coming off a high, but like that mental part of it has to be at a certain standard to succeed?
Well, I mean, I feel like we've all been playing basketball long enough to know how to respond, from game to game. I mean, and we had scout, we had film, we did everything we needed to do. I mean, we just didn't translate it to the floor.
Yeah, the bench got ample minutes tonight, maybe because, like, you guys were tired, as you said. But what was it like to see them kind of get off the bench and have ample minutes?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Our bench brings great basketball every single time we play against them all the time in practice. So, I mean, we know what to expect from the bench, so it's not a surprise to us.
What'd you think of V's layup?
It was tough.
That's V's layup, though.
She been doing that, though. That's the thing. Y'all just
That's
ain't seen
V's
it.
layup.
Yeah.
She
V
gonna
been
hit
doing
that thing every time.
She love a little reverse.
Huh?
Nah, she be doing that all
That's
the
just
time.
her lane. Like, if she get more minutes, you're gonna see about 2 or 3 times a game.
Especially the end of that Dallas game. What did you see that kind of led to the start there? I mean, a bunch of turnovers, felt like their blitzes were getting to you. What happened?
But how many wide open looks did we get, and we just couldn't finish at the rim, and just wide open shots that we've been hitting. So, those at least maybe 3 of the 5 fall to, maybe it's a different feel, where our energy is already low. No excuse, absolutely no excuse, but at least it gives you some sort of a punch. And we got punched in the gut early, couldn't recover.
You were already missing Lexi, and now you don't have Christie either. That's a lot of wing defense to lose for one team. Well, how do you cover that up? Or, I know that other people can try to fill in, but what does it take to kind of fill in for that role?
I think on the defensive end first, I mean, that's, both Christie and Lexi draw the best offensive players on the opposing team. So, it's covering that piece. And then, Christie Wallace is a great playmaker as well. And then she's been shooting the ball so well. So just have somebody that can come in and fill those shoes. But my gosh, this is a sport. This is what we do. The injuries happen. You just got to have people ready to step up.
What do you think of the bench minutes today, especially after, there's, like we discussed pregame, so many minutes from your whole team in your last one?
Yeah, I really appreciated that group that was in at the end. They went on a 6-0 run, got 3 stops in a row. They were just really active and just no quit.
NaLyssa talked about, having to perform when you're exhausted or having to perform like when you're tired. And how much do you think this experience and having those moments will help your team grow when it comes to just that mental side of it and being able to perform, execute, do those things when you maybe don't have your best energy level or things like that?
Yeah, well, that's what I talked about when we talked after the game. Like, you're professionals, and it's not an excuse. Like, we're all going to be tired. They're tired. We've all played, this many games. Did we play an overtime game and AB played 44 minutes? I mean, our minutes were crazy, but it's still no excuse. And this isn't the team that's been playing up to this point. I was talking to Ryan on the way here. Like, only the Phoenix game at Phoenix, which was our 4th road game, the Seattle, Vegas, Phoenix, I felt like that again. And that's the only 2. And it's not acceptable. I mean, you've got to be ready to play night in, night out, regardless. When the ball don't fall, you got to find ways to make plays.
And Emma talked about, like, upholding a certain standard for yourself. So how important is it to get back to that standard to close out the season and obviously end it on a better note than tonight?
Yeah, we got 2 games left. We got 2 games. We're going to flush this one. But that is not who we are. That's not what we've built. That's not what we're building. So we've got 2 games to show that.
You've talked a lot about how when shots don't fall on offense, it kind of goes back over to your defense. How did that kind of show tonight?
No question, it deflated us early. I mean, we had 9 points in the first quarter. We couldn't get stops, right? We have 9 in the first, yeah. We just struggled. Once we didn't get that good feel, It just really showed on both ends, and that is not acceptable on the defensive end, no off nights.